here live in our studio. Plus NFL stars Josh Allen and Saquon Barkley. It all starts Monday, only on Today. 1, 2, 3, and 7 up. Whoa. Can I show you something? There are also lots of variables that might. I know they're actually that's a picture of you again. Howard has the deepest blue eyes I've ever seen. He's cute. I was talking about you. What is it today? Welcome to see a peacock. Maybe I'll get it. I say that. Saturday night, presented by Discover. 3-1 Minnesota, 4-0 Ohio State on a blistering Saturday from Ohio Stadium. The greatest band in the land already took the field. Now it's time for the greatest team in the land, at least by ranking, to do the same. Ryan Day leading his undefeated Buckeyes out here in front of a sold-out shoe, as always, in Columbus, and the fans are ready to rock as the Buckeyes continue to make strides on both sides of the ball, coming off an impressive win last week on the road at Washington. Fierce, fresh, ready to go. Here come the Buckeyes. Leading the way. An exceptional start to the season for the defending national champions. Coach Day continues to add wins to his total and does it at an exceptionally high level here at home with some of the best players in the country put in that pin. Caleb Downs, Jeremiah Smith, elite athletes, elite head coach standing by with Captain Tap. Coach, a 4-0 start to the season looks great on paper, but in what areas of improvement do you want to see your team do tonight against Minnesota? Well, we got to be consistent. And I think that's the sign of a great team is being consistent. And we've shown that we can be really good in a lot of areas, but we got to be consistent if we want to be great. So we want to have a fast start tonight, and go to halftime and see where we're at. You spoke to us yesterday about the immense level of respect you have for PJ Fleck and the job he's done with his Minnesota players. So what is the biggest challenge that they will present tonight? Well, they're a great team, and we have a lot of respect for him, but we always say it's about us and our chase to be great and what we expect of ourselves. So we have to know our opponent. They do a great job. This is about Buckeyes. Coach, thanks for your time. Consistency and self-respect. They should have a lot of that, especially, Todd, on the defensive side. No Eagle Terry McCauley with you as well. The defense has looked as strong as ever this year. Yeah, they've been terrific. Under new coordinator Matt Patricia, they're holding their opponents to under 6 points a game. Been dominant on third down the red zone. It's a true NFL scheme. that utilizes a lot of disguise. They're not a heavy blitz team, but they'll show you a picture in the pre-snap, and then when that ball is snapped, they change the picture, and it creates a lot of confusion and a lot of stress on an offensive line and a young quarterback. Last week at Washington, they recorded 6 sacks. Again, not heavy blitz, but they get a lot of pressure on the quarterback. You said something there, young quarterback, and we're going to see that on the Minnesota side. Drake Lindsey has turned some heads, though, with this play. He played beautifully last week, brought his team back in a nice comeback victory, threw for over 300 yards, but they had very little running game. The good news for him tonight is they get their top runner, Darius Taylor, back in the lineup tonight. That'll help Drake Lindsey immensely. They are going to need all hands on deck against the #1 rated defense in the country. Drake Lindsey is going to have his work cut out for him. Caleb Downs, Jeremiah Smith, some of the top players in the country on the field next on Big Ten Saturday night. I give it voodoo. He's under a spell.
I have a pendulum to help me decide.
It's going up and back like a low rider.
At Presley Hearing Center, your journey to better hearing begins with us. Our certified experts are dedicated to understanding your unique needs, ensuring a superior experience every step of the way. Discover the latest in hearing technology with Starkey's newest wireless hearing aids. Don't miss out on life's precious sounds. Call today to schedule your personalized hearing consultation. Presley Hearing Center, where hearing care is healthcare.
We watch the spiders go, go, go. We watch the spiders go, go, go.
It's that time of the year again when spiders are coming out of the woodwork. Literally. Here are the top 10 spiders in the Ohio Valley. They're out and south. We're not scared of them. We don't want you to be scared of them.
We watch the
Where the spiders go, or call us now to have your spiders go, go, gone.
Great philosopher Socrates once said, to find yourself, think for yourself. Great philosopher Arby's once said, here's some Greek heroes, 2 for $7. Arby's, we have the meat.
Join your voice, your town, your future, water in our community. A live roundtable discussion, Wednesday at 7. You can watch it on Fox 9, WTOV9.com, Facebook, and YouTube.
Sponsored by Culligan, water you love, serving Ohio Valley communities.
Come ride with us.
The following is a presentation of the Big Ten Conference.
Well, they've been waiting for quite some time to have a night game here at Ohio Stadium, and they got it. Fans have been preparing all day for this moment. Minnesota won the toss and elected to receive. PJ Fleck wants his team with a football first. In this road match against the #1 team in the country, he said they're going to be prepared, they're going to play their tails off, they're going to let the rest fall into place. Well, the plan is to have a very simple approach offensively. They recognize how confusing this Ohio State defense can be, how complex it can be. They want to play fast and keep it as simple as they can for their offense. So Dayton Fielding will send it away for Ohio State. Boyd Carriage is going to return it deep. The stud sophomore for Minnesota. Ohio State to try to get him here in Columbus, and now Carriage will look to burn a team that wanted him in these colors. Underway from Ohio Stadium. And within the smoke, a fair catch was called and made by Parrish. And that'll bring out this young freshman quarterback, redshirted last year, but Drake Lindsey has shown poise in the pocket. Now, he was outstanding a week ago. They go down 14-0 in the game at home to Rutgers. He brought him back his first Big Ten road game, and that is only going to make it even more difficult.
And how about the smoke after all the explosions pregame?
Smells too. Sounds like the fireworks back out in our booth.
And 4th of July somehow in early October. So PJ Fleck was hopeful his team would be prepared, and now it's starting to resemble a Penn State whiteout all of a sudden.
Sounds like it anyway.
Play action on 1st down. Lindsey delivers, caught by Bierman, and he gets dragged down after a gain of 5 by Abeanosen. This Minnesota offense, with Taylor back, definitely some more dynamic playmaking aspects to what they bring.
Yeah, keep an eye on Lemeki Brockington, number 0. He's kind of been their go-to guy in the pass game. Makes a lot of contested catches. Up front, Ashton Beers, the center. He was a starting guard a year ago. He's big for a center at 6'5". Rick Harbaugh, the offensive coordinator, said the two hardest positions to play on our offense are quarterback and center because they have to process so much.
PJ Fleck loves his flexibility to still leverage at his size. 2nd down and 5 from the 30. Another completion this time it goes to Jalen Smith, the talented redshirt freshman, against this stout Ohio State defense.
Well, there's a lot of future NFL players on this defense running this NFL system. But Sonny Styles, number 0, the linebacker, he's the green dot, he's the communicator. And the guy playing next to Marco, he's just been Sonny Styles. His communication on that. Look, Caleb Downs is the best defensive player in college football. Does a little bit of everything. You're going to see him on the line, on the deep safety, covering the man. He's a great open field tackler. He's an all-around outstanding football player.
First set of downs after a couple of catches for this offense. Drake Lindsey talks about staying ahead of schedule. First touch for Taylor. He tries to find the hole, and he gets plugged up quickly by Abeanosen. Darius Taylor coming in had an opportunity over the course of his 2+ years to play 30 games. He only played in 20 of them. He missed a third of potential games in a Minnesota uniform.
But incredibly productive when he does play. That's kind of the tantalizing thing about him. He is a big play running back. And just good to see him back on the field after missing the last 2 games. We were not expecting to see him play tonight.
Ron Tracy, the motion man on 2nd down and 9. Cam Davis, the back in for Taylor. Third throw for Lindsey is another completion over the middle, back to Jalen Smith.
Those kind of plays are going to be important to try to stay in manageable distance on 3rd down against this Ohio State defense. Listen to this now. If 3rd down or 4 yards needed or more, opponents have only converted 3 times in 35 attempts against this Ohio State defense. That's under 10%. And 4 yards is not a lot of yardage needed. But they are very complex, particularly on 3rd down.
Greg Lindsey said they have to be okay with punting the football away, putting their defense in good spots today.
That's pass rusher right here, Kane Curry.
Taylor's at the bottom of the screen as a wide receiver. Play clock at 5. 3rd and 5 from the 40. Lindsey feeling it, and he got rid of it to Taylor for the 1st down.
This is so well done because this is a free rusher. You're going to see Sonny Styles, I think, coming off the edge, and he's unblocked. They leave the outside guy free. He knows he's coming, and he delivers the slant route. It was Arvell Reese, number 8, who was coming at the quarterback, and Drake Lindsey stood right in there. The difference this week with this Ohio State defense, last week, Devon Williams is a 5'10" quarterback. This guy's 6'5". He can see over rushers a lot differently than the guy that faced a week ago.
So already a couple 1st downs on this opening drive. You can see Lindsey starting to learn how to play with this crowd. 1st down, it's a run up the middle for Femi Ejibor, and he goes nowhere. Filling in for Taylor and the lost A.J. Turner, who's out for the season.
Look, these are all new starters. Now, they played some last year. They got snaps. They got some experience. They're veteran guys. That was Caden Curry, the first guy to get there, number 92. They've got all new starters up there. They've got a little bit of chip on their shoulder, and they have played at an extremely high level so far to start the year.
Chip on their shoulders. They keep saying we're just a bunch of no names. Yeah. They're not no names anymore. They're becoming household names. Curry, Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week after an absurd performance against Washington with 5 TFLs and 3 sacks. 2nd down and 10. Lindsey with good protection in the pocket.
productive start for Minnesota down the field. This one goes for 25.
Now watch. Here's the pressure look. But they're only going to rush 3 and drop 8. And Drake Lindsey reads the coverage, and he knows he's got protection. It's 5 blocking on 3, and he lets his tight end ears get into an open seam, and he hits him with the football. The middle of the field, down the seams, was a problem for Ohio State a week ago against Washington's offense.
Each boy is back in there inside the 30. It's Lindsey. With throw to the outside, another catch. This time it's Brockington who gets dragged out of bounds close to the first down.
What an impressive opening drive for Minnesota. They take the ball, surprised probably everybody. They won the toss and took the football, and they're putting the game on this guy's shoulders again. And so far, he looks like he's ready for the challenge.
So PJ Fleck has just been so impressed with the way that he's handled this offense and handled really leading this team. Greg Harbaugh now in his 3rd season as the offensive coordinator, and Drake Lindsey's proving them right now. They love the development and feel like the sky is the limit moving forward. They said never motion on 2nd and 1. Taylor is the back, make it to him. It's Lindsey again. This time he goes towards the sideline again. They're calling incomplete as Smith put down. If it is an incompletion, it's the first one for Lindsey.
Yeah, and it was a pretty good throw. This is on the receiver. He stays down.
That's a catch.
It looked like the left foot was down. He's the youngest of the receiving corps. There's a left control there when the left foot is down. It looked awful close. We're going to take a look at it for sure. Derek McCulley is signaling catch on our monitor. The previous play was an incomplete pass. The play is under further review.
So a big call here. It would be the first incompletion of this opening drive, but you could just see a stone cold feel right now for Drake Lindsey.
Well, he looks great, but it starts with the protection. He
Yes,
has had
no
a clean pocket every time he's thrown the football. Here's another look at it. Control, left foot.
They might have both.
Yeah. I mean, take your pick.
That's an impressive play. And Drake Lindsey did tell us Jalen Smith is about to show the world what he's capable of. He's starting to come on really strong. They've built a great rapport one-on-one, coming from the same class out of high school. But to your point, offensive line so far for this Minnesota offense. Ashton Beard's at center. You move Greg Johnson from center to the left guard. The interior has been pretty impressive through the season. You have a couple transfers in Marcellus Marshall at right guard, a 6th-year guy coming over from UCF, and Dylan Ray, a 5th-year senior from Kentucky. Yeah, they're holding up against one of the more stout and dangerous pass rushes in the entire country.
Yeah, and they're aggressive. I mean, they're going right down the field. They're throwing it. They're playing on review. It is a catch at the sideline. It'll be first and goal at the 10-yard line. Now, this is where it gets a little dicey with Ohio State. Again, they've given up some yards here. Their red zone and short yardage and goal line type defense last year was outstanding, and it's outstanding again this year. They have had 7 red zone possessions against them, and they've only given up 6 points. 0 touchdowns and 2 field goals.
Taylor is dangerous in the backfield. They pick it to him. Lindsey again with time. Rainbow delivery. His first incompletion is a throwaway in the direction of Pierce Walsh.
And the first little breakdown in a Minnesota play, it looked like either the quarterback or the back went the wrong way on that play, so they really didn't get the play fake that they were hoping to get. And Ohio State was able to defend it very effectively.
And now it somewhat limits. It's 2nd and goal, but it's at the 10-yard line. We already talked about how great this defense is in the red zone. You're limiting your options after no gain on first down. With Boy as the back.
Again, keep your eye on that guy. Caleb Downs. He's the orchestrator back there.
On the rollout, Lindsey delivers. It's gone, but not for much. Brockington met immediately. Sonny Styles was in the area, as was Lorenzo Styles. So pick your poison of the brothers.
The defensive backs are all kind of right on the goal line. It's just kind of a zone coverage. You're moving on the quarterback, and then they come up and make a sure tackle. Make the quarterback throw in front of you, and then come up and make a sure tackle.
3rd and goal from the 9. Davis is a dangerous pass catcher out of the backfield. Rush comes, Lindsey fields, Lindsey rolls, got it in stride, but it was dropped by three.
That would have been possibly a touchdown.
Yeah, the freshman Devin Sanchez on him with about half a step.
Lindsey does a nice job of extending the play. Ohio State brought a four-man rush. They got to the quarterback, and if he catches it, it's a little wide. But if he catches this, he might be able to turn it up for the touchdown instead of field goal attempt now for the Gophers. And once again, no touchdown allowed by this Ohio State red zone defense.
After 12 plays, it's a 27-yard attempt, and Brady Dinafer just sneaks it in there. He has been shaky the last couple of games. 1 for 3 in his last 2 coming in, but he does get Minnesota on the board. They lead 3-0 after 1 drive.
I don't think they'll take that here. Of course they take Discover. It's accepted in 99% of places. 99%? I didn't know that. It's stuck in the past, baby. You're the one who owns 13 pairs of parachute pants? Well, fashion is cyclical. They'll be back. Right? When you have an intellectual disability, simple things like getting a job and being part of a team can be tough. But with an organization like Best Buddies by your side, anything's possible.
Join our movement on October 11th and 12th. Jersey Mike's is donating 20% of sales to Best Buddies.
So come and support the inclusion of people like me.
Valvoline Restore and Protect. A first-of-its-kind innovation that returns pistons to factory clean by removing up to 100% of deposits. Restore your engine to perform like new. Restore and Protect. Another first from Valvoline.
Hi, I got some work done with another surgeon. If I get you the bill, can you give me a better deal on a better face? Like this?
We're not doing that.
Well, at Verizon, anyone can bring in their AT&T or T-Mobile bill, and they'll give you a better deal on the best 5G network. You're not as cool as Verizon. Relax.
You're 40% off all week, a little extra left. So I'm trying head and shoulders bare. Welcome to your new scalp.
Welcome.
With just 9 ingredients, head and shoulders bare helps soothe your scalp, and you can have sulfates, silicones, or dyes. Is this a cult? No. It's a shampoo.
It's great. From the #1 dermatologist recommended brand, Head and Shoulders. Why don't you run with us for a while?
Minnesota won the opening session. Converted on third down, comes back down the seam. It was that first possession. He looked decisive. He looked accurate. And again, credit that offensive line for giving him plenty of time.
We asked him, how's the rapport been with the receiver? He goes, great, I'm spreading the football around. Yeah, he's doing it again. 8 completions, 5 different receivers on the opening drive. And here they have it from the 35. Davis the back, throw on first down. Look out on the edge. Football comes out, it's out of bounds. And we'll see if they roll it in. Completion or a fumble. As Kenyatta Jackson came in late to hit, and he's down. Watch the left. He's just going to be late. The tight end is releasing into the route. The left tackle is just late, getting his head and eyes on that outside. He was looking inside first and missed. Kenyatta wants it. They will check on the senior from Miami Gardens when we come back.
Okay, your home auto and business vehicle are all protected with Progressive. Nice. Because it's a bit overwhelming running a business and a family. Ooh, it sounds like someone could use a vacation. A what? A vacation. Like taking a break from the stresses of life and work. Oh, like when I'm logging everyone's hours so I get to sit for a while. No. Oh, like when I'm making a delivery in my van and a song comes on that I like. No. So like when I take my work van to the car wash and it's all quiet in that tunnel for like 5 minutes. No, it's like when you go away and you take pictures and I don't know, I've never been on one either.
Where's the beer guy?
What is that going to do?
Yes, you're fine. Oh, God.
Number 1! Anything for the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light.
Old ideas are everywhere. Leftovers from late thinking. If you're not careful, they can sneak in everywhere. But when you're not bound to the past, old ideas can hold you back. Smooth design with the soul of GP7. Welcome to Genesis.
Carne asada is back at Chipotle.
It's our best steak ever.
Fresh, no bad stuff.
With garlic,
Cumin, coriander, it's super tender.
tasty. People love it, and it's so good with our new recipe church. You're gonna want to put it on everything. 10 out of 10 flavor.
This is Jess, Peloton instructor, educator, game changer. She needs her money to work as hard as she does. That's why she uses US Bank Smartly Checking and Savings, which does exactly that, helping her track her spending and grow her money. Together, we'll achieve more than any of us could alone. You got this, Jess.
We got this.
That's the power of Jess, and this is the power of us. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good.
song ever on the best network. I should dance.
This is big at T-Mobile. Get the incredible new iPhone 17 Pro on us on the best network. Don't work off yourself.
I checked Allstate first, saved hundreds on my car insurance. Unfortunately, I didn't check to see if anyone was watching before I stole cotton candy from a child. Checking Allstate first was really smart. Not checking the Jumbotron. Not smart. Well, at least I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds. Was it worth it? Yeah. I thought you worked in his house. No. Cantina chicken burrito.
You know, let me something to watch that damn movie.
I got you.
Why do you say you need to come down and say
Monday, the showgirl is here.
I think Sunday night, it's an AFC East matchup. The unstoppable Josh Allen and the Bills defend their home against Drake May and the Patriots in prime time. Sunday, 7 Eastern on NBC and Peacock. Ohio State, no stranger to churning out NFL talent. The Bosa brothers, Marshawn Lattimore, is all within the last decade or so. Chase Young, Garrett Wilson, C.J. Stroud, all six of them winning Rookie of the Year. Got a Mecca Luka this year, already leading the NFL in terms of rookies in the receiving yards, tied with Terrell McMillan in receptions. Lineage, and that will continue. Carnell Tate, Jeremiah Smith, and many others. First down from the 9. Outside for Tate, takes the grab, makes a man miss, and then gets crunched at the 15-yard line. Lamar down to the 16. Kerry Brown, the first to make contact.
Yeah, we're seeing Mike Gerald out there at quarterback, number 13, his redshirt freshman. He was hurt in camp, but he really played well in the Rutgers game, and they felt like they were going to start playing him a lot more as a starter opposite John Nestor. Kind of in that quarterback rotation with Nestor and Saquon Bryant as well.
Second down and 4. Malik Glenn, sophomore receiver in motion. It's a handoff. It's Jackson. Baranowski stands him off, and it's third down.
This Ohio State offense has been efficient, but not as explosive as they were used to. You know, and when you think about the talent that they have at wide receiver, they just haven't had the number of explosive plays either in the pass game or the run game that they're used to.
You see the power 4 versus non-power 4 for this Ohio State rushing offense. They've been ready and scrambling in Ohio, but struggle against Texas and Washington. See what they go with on third down and 1. Handoff, and the second surge might have gotten Donaldson enough. And the West Virginia transfer is going. I don't know, on the spot. The initial spot looked like they gave him a first down, but then they kind of took a half step back market, kept moving the chain. First down.
Donaldson is the short yardage guy. He's the bigger, more physical of the backs. He's in the fullback position, and they're just trying to slip it to him quickly. Minnesota kind of expecting him to get the football, but you see the strength of Donaldson to get enough for the first down.
6'2", 232. He was a tight end in high school before being converted to a running back in West Virginia. All 4 of his touchdowns this season have come from inside the 4. Saying, loading it up. Got a man. It's called. Put in the bucket for Carnell Tate. Big gain for this Ohio State offense down the field.
Well, he throws it to the wide side of the field, so the safety really can't get over to help. Gerald, we talked about the new quarterback in there. Beautiful throw by Sagan to the outside shoulder. And because they threw to the wide side of the field, that free safety was no help to the cornerback. And there's an explosive pass play to Carnell Tate.
48 yards down the field. Tate has assumed that Emeka Hooper role now with his team. Jeremiah Smith is the clear-cut number 1, but Tate, a potential first-round level receiver himself, has been a bit more vocal this season and knows that his explosion can come because of the Smith attention. Now they get it to number 4. Make a man miss. Jeremiah Smith. First and goal, Ohio State. He is ridiculous.
There's too much trying to come up and break down on them. I think that was Gary Brown, number 14. No chance. He's too elusive and too fast and too strong to break through arm tackles. That's just too easy for number 4 right there.
We saw it toward the end of the second quarter last week as he took what was a short pass into the end zone for a touchdown. Now it's first and goal. Donaldson, this is where he drives. Diving forward, touchdown. Ohio State down the field, a 91-yard drive to get on the board.
Take a look. Can you get the ball over before the knee is down? The knee is down. Just can't see exactly where the ball is at that point.
We'll have to see the angle kind of down the line to confirm.
The ruling on the previous play was a touchdown. The play's under further review. From that angle, that vantage point, it does not look like he got the ball across the plate.
It looked about a half yard shy. Would be his 5th touchdown, all coming from inside the 4 this year. See if we can get the angle directly down. Don't have a look down the line. So this is probably the best look we're going to have. And again, it's got to be conclusive and clear to overturn the ball on the field of a touchdown. Robertson, the linebacker, tried his best. Here's a better look at it on this side of it. And it looks like, yeah, just about a couple inches short of the goal line. So got to assume that this one is coming back and it'll be a second and goal.
The runner's knee was down with the ball a foot short of the goal line. It'll be second and goal. Good job by the replay officials.
So 9 seconds. You could just take this down.
Yeah.
We'll see what
Donaldson was stopped on a 4th and 1 at the 5-yard line a week ago against Washington. He's back in the I formation again behind the tight end, Bennett Christian.
They're running for there's the first at Donaldson. This time a no-doubter. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Really nice block by Nate Roberts, the tight end. They got a tight end here, Cass Merrick. Good job at the point of attack, the left tackle. No doubt on this one as Donaldson powers into the end zone.
Furthest travel drive of the season. Previous was 87 yards. This one, 91 yards down the field. And to finish the first quarter, Fielding will try to add the extra point to make it 7-3. And while they haven't been as explosive, maybe as expected coming into the season, you see that they certainly can be explosive when they want to be. Fielding is perfect. 7-3 Buckeyes at the end of 1.
Yeah, you just got the feeling it's just a matter of time, right? I mean, Jeremiah Smith is too good. Carnell Tate is too good. And Julian Sayed is completing a lot of passes.
At Ohio State, we are the agile, bold breakthrough teams. The never afraid to innovate teams. And the achieve more together teams. Together, we are the Ohio State University.
This can go the easy way or the hard way.
We're going to get a lot done.
Get it on Thursday on NBC and Peacock.
You work the land, you just got to be a jack of all trades type. There's just too much to do. So if you got to be a welder, a farmer, a ditch digger, that's just who you are that day. Then tomorrow, you can be somebody else. Contact your local Coyote dealer, DHA Sales and Service.
I'm Cole McDivitt. Growing up in the Ohio Valley, playing for WVU, and now playing ball as a pro, I know how important it is to have sports medicine experts you can count on. WVU Medicine's sports medicine team helps athletes of all ages prevent injuries, recover safely, and get back in the game stronger than ever. From youth leagues to weekend warriors, they're committed to keeping our community moving and performing at its best. WVU close to home.
I'm Michael Shaheen. The Shaheen Law Group are not just a group of attorneys, but instead lifelong residents of the Ohio Valley. We understand and appreciate the values that make our community so strong, and that's why we are dedicated.
We provide strong representation when you need it most. We're here to support and guide you through life's toughest moments.
If you're looking for a team that will stand by you with experience, wisdom, passion, trust, look no further.
Buy 8 Monster Rain or NOS energy drinks and get your night free.
Aerial coverage brought to you by Ford. Ready, set, 4. 7-3 after 1. Fun game so far through 15 minutes. Ohio State goes down the field at the end. Impressive 91 yards.
Yeah, well, we talked about the good start for Drake Lindsey. Husker is leading the nation in completion percentage coming in, and they got a couple big plays. One to Tate and one to Jeremiah Smith to set up that touchdown.
Coming into the game, PJ Fleck said they have to be successfully simplistic. They can't beat themselves, and other than the 2 timeouts they had to burn, they did a pretty good job of that.
Yeah, I think they've done that. I think they've been able to play fast on offense. They have not been able to generate any kind of a running game, and so I think as this game goes on, they can't abandon that. They still have to try to run the football, but their passing game has been pretty quick. It's been efficient and been on the mark.
He said people see Minnesota offense 35 yards rushing, 300 yards passing. Yeah, they might have fainted last week after those numbers, but this is a team that's willing to do whatever it takes to win. They proved that the second half against Rutgers. Left their job to get the victory and improve the 3-1 on the season. And now let's see how they can respond after giving up their first points of the night. Fielding sends it away. And this one will be a touchback. Touchdown for the Modelo game break. Here's John Fanta.
You know what, we talk about college football playoff dark horses. Well, how about Joey McGuire and the Texas Tech Red Raiders? Aaron Morton to Cameron Dickey. Jude Bowman, he's gone. Texas Tech at 4-0. They're 22-3 at Houston.
Houston is one of those teams that maybe people are starting to consider as another option. One of these teams that could surprise. Texas Tech just looks like the class of the Big 12.
Well, I'll tell you what, they went out and they spent a lot of money and they built that defensive roster. That quarterback was one of the guys I saw down at the Manning passing.
1 yard so far. This one's going to go for 2 as we check in with KT.
Well, guys, Ohio State defensive end Alan Jackson was doing some 10 came out, got on the play, got told that he had a stinger on that play. We saw him coming off the field on. They were continuing to monitor him, and it's a coin toss if he returns to this game, guys.
Thanks, KT. Stinger sounds so much better than it actually is. Stingers are brutal, are they not? Again with a good pocket. Now he has to get away. Lindsey will just chuck it out of bounds.
Well, you can see this Ohio State defense after that opening possession, they've tightened things down a little bit. Look, showing pressure, but it's not going to be pressure. It's going to be zone coverage. They show it. Actually, that's man coverage with a robber in the middle. That was Caleb Downs, and nowhere to go with the football for Lindsey. Turning up the heat a little bit here after that opening possession.
Edric Houston got home. Bo Atkinson got some penetration. It's 3rd down and 8.
Got to try to move the chains here. Let your defense rest a little bit if you can.
Lindsey, Ohio State brings forward. He got rid of it in time. It's knocked away. Tight coverage by Lorenzo Styles and a 3-and-out for the Gophers.
A really nice rush by Arvell Reese. Watch Reese, number 8, come inside, and he's going to force this throw to happen. Nice inside move. He's not picked up. The ball has to come out. And tight coverage by Lorenzo Styles down the field. Margot Reese in this Matt Patricia defense has been a menace. He is the guy they do in a lot of different places. Very explosive athlete at the linebacker position.
Weston got off a good one last time, and another one here as he back to get us up to the 20. He has to call for a late fair catch right at the 20-yard line. A 53-yard punt. And a nice job of flipping the field in favor of Minnesota. You've got to do as best a job you can to flip fields against guys like Jeremiah Smith. Built different is probably the right way to put it. 20 reps of 225, although his coaches will tell you, you say 220, he's like, why not just do 25? 11-foot broad jump, 38-inch vert, 23 miles per hour. He's doing all that at 6'3", 223, might be 225 at this point of the season. He keeps growing, he keeps getting better, and according to PFF, he is the best explosive play receiver in the last 2 years.
The thing that he feels like he's improved this year after playing a whole year with just his understanding of the game, understand what defense is trying to do to take him away.
Over the middle, it's Tate with back into it. Now he's got some space to run. Good block by Smith. And Tate is finally whistled down. Another big gainer. Nestor has to catch up. But 17 goes for 49.
Well, here's Cody Darrage. He's up here on the line of scrimmage. It's an RPO play. So that opens up right behind him. Cody Darrage was up around the line of scrimmage. It was a good read by Julian Sane on the RPO. And another big play for the pass game.
First down from the 31. He's trying to throw Jackson. And sneaks his way through a couple of blockers. Gets close to the first down, 9.5-yard pickup. Devin Eastern has to come to the backfield and bring him down.
You're going to see the elusiveness of Bo Jackson. Again, he had 17 carries a week ago. He's going to make Nestor miss. And he is the guy out of that three-back rotation that really has got the chance to be the home run guy. We've seen the strength and the power. We've seen the speed. And that time we saw the make you miss ability.
Now, how about a combination? James Keeples in there for the first time on second down and 1. He's got the football. Another step move, first down. Inside the red zone for this Buckeye attack. That is now clicking on all cylinders. Saves up to 158. Tate has 114 yards. He and Smith have all 7 receptions.
This was an offense. Brian Day told KT, we might have a fast start. They did not have a fast start offensively a week ago. Until late in the first half, they were scoreless. And they got the touchdown to Jeremiah Smith to take a 7-3 lead. But a much more effective and efficient start in this ballgame.
It's in there on first down for the night. Same play action. Over the middle, oh, that was dangerous. Coy Parrish.
He made in the high school all-star game against Jeremiah Smith as well. Stuck in front of it and just couldn't come down with the football.
DJ Fleck told us 3 takeaways would be the goal. If they can take the football away 3 times from this offense, they're going to give themselves a chance in this game. Opportunities like that have to be taken advantage of.
A lot of room up there.
Same's looking the other way, though. On second and 10, he delivers a strike. Claire, did he get a foot down first? They're going to call it a catch and a first down.
A really athletic play by Claire. The ball was high.
Does he get the
Gets one down? Yep, easily. Can't get a bolt down. They only need one. That's Claire, the transfer from Purdue, more than receiving athletic tight end. Has not been targeted a ton here in this Ohio State offense, but a very effective weapon as a receiver.
He had 5 or more catches 8 times in his career at Purdue. He's done that 0 times so far this year. The number 1 transfer tight end in the portal. First and goal with Jackson back in there. It's goal. And he gets hit by Nestor backfield, kept the legs rolling and gains 2 yards.
Philip Daniels, the right tackle. Who transferred from Minnesota, lost his helmet. He's having to come out for a back position. Got the first contact.
We saw Ohio State come away with a red zone stop, force a field goal on the opening Minnesota possession. Now can the Gophers do the same David, the people saying first progressions got rid of it just in time. Too high and too far for Cardell Tate out of bounds.
Instead of a long developing play, and you're going to see a late rush. Watch the linebacker right here. When he sees the block of the back go inside, he gets there, and Saying just not able to make an accurate throw. Pressure also from Carter Bench, number 11, coming from the edge. Third down play here for the Gopher defense. Their best pass rusher, Anthony Smith, been pretty quiet, number 0 so far.
Saying, Michaels, it's caught. Jeremiah Smith, touchdown Buckeyes. The Saying the Smith connection is alive and well in Columbus.
Well, beautiful route. Watch the little head nod inside right there. The little head nod just froze Nestor, and that was all the separation Jeremiah Smith needed, and Saying got him the football. Beautiful route. Just got the corner to bite a little bit inside and had enough separation for the touchdown catch.
Gilly on for the point after. 14-3. So after the opening drive resulted in 3 for Minnesota. First a 91-yard drive for the first touchdown. That one from C.J. Donaldson. This one an 80-yard drive. And the second touchdown of the day is Jeremiah Smith.
Marathon is rewarding fans with savings of up to $1 per gallon. All by earning rewards on every gallon and on selected store items. Making every pit stop and snack break worthy of a celebration.
Score.
The more you fuel up, the more you score with Marathon Rewards. Marathon, the official fuel of the Big Ten.
No matter what kind of teeth you got brushed, Oral-B Electric cleans better with one simple touch. Oral-B's dentist-inspired rough brushes hugs them, cleans it, and gets in between them for 100% cleanest teeth. Your perfect clean starts with Oral-B.
Well, you Heisman's are a little far from the house.
Jared Boz, what seems to be the problem? I bet you it's the horse driving the car thing.
Bingo, Barry. Can he even see?
Not a lick.
Out of the car.
Here we go.
Dispatch, I got a horse behind the wheel.
What?
The 295 horsepower Nissan Pathfinder Rock 3.
Stupidest commercials you see. Oh, like that one.
Wednesday, everyone's favorite night of drama is back with new seasons of Chicago Med Fire NPD. Don't miss New Chicago Wednesday this Wednesday on NBC and Peacock. Great environment as always here at Ohio Stadium. The sellout crowd. Team in the country. Now back-to-back touchdown drives. And the Buckeyes have taken a 14-3 advantage. Minnesota offense off the page. Patricia, Ohio State team that you say, how did we get here? Well, Jim Knowles was here a year ago and they ranked first in total yards allowed per game and first in points allowed per game. And then you lose each starter to the NFL draft. You hire Matt Patricia's defensive coordinator, which I guess it does
this Minnesota offense. Very integral part of what they do.
Team's 5-yard and productive to make it to the second.
You know, you got to keep Ohio State honest. You can't let them just assume you're going to throw it down. That's the best run of the game.
Curious, does PJ Fleck roll the dice with the way this Ohio State offense is playing, knowing they're going to get the kick in the second half?
Well, it looks like he's keeping his offense on the field. I don't know if you're going to give him a short field if you don't convert here. Again, Ohio State's short yardage defense has been outstanding.
And Minnesota's fourth down offense has not. 2 to 7.
I would go under the center here, though.
Remaining in the second quarter, you can see the fire build Arkansas. Figure that out. To fruition, and yet never got an offer from Arkansas.
And was ready to take over. Facing a critical fourth down play right here.
As an undrafted free watch as his protege.
We'll have to go silent count here or under the center, one or the other. So the guard's going to look back. You see the left guard looking back. He'll tap the center, then they go.
It's Taylor. Didn't get it. Buckeyes were ready for it. And Ohio State sitting ready with excellent field position.
Credit Lorenzo Styles, the middle linebacker, number 0, for making this play. He's going to time the snap and get a great jump on the football.
Ah,
It looked pretty obvious.
okay.
There is the official signal. Now Patricia's defense gets another stop. And they'll set up their offense in
Okay. I wonder what the man on so college team's called. Golden Gophers. Odd.
All
Yes.
our deals are happening October 7th through 12th.
Might be okay.
And they're
Yep.
big. Like, really. Save big on tech, toys, home, beauty, and more. October 7th through 12th. Hurry. These deals are mile high. Oh, yeah. They're big. Save really big. Online and in store. October 7th through 12th. Only at Walmart.
Ja, kan oud. Minnesota Golden Gophers.
spin less shrimp.
Ultimate spin less shrimp that sounds just
Like garlic shrimp scampi, shrimp zucchini alfredo, and popcorn shrimp on one plate for just $15.99.
There's nothing less about that.
That's real happiness only at Red Lobster. How will earning unlimited cash back make you feel? Well, a little like this. And like this. It takes two to feel the joy. Earn unlimited 2% cash back. 1% when you buy and 1% as you pay with the City Double Cash Card.
And that's why I never drive those guys.
Party's over, big guy.
I'm tired of hearing, I don't want to get my truck dirty. With WeatherTech laser measured flow liners front and rear, a seat protector, and full bed protection, trucks are totally covered. You just got WeatherTech.
Yeah, buddy.
Let's get dirty.
Genesis Motor America. Learn more at genesis.com.
Sorry about that. Hang on a minute.
Smarter with Xfinity. And by Kubota, your compact equipment provider. Well, the Buckeye Lady is actually right near East Columbus. They specialize in handcrafting Ohio's favorite treat. That's the Buckeye, which is modeled after the nut that falls from the Buckeye tree. They have actually different flavors in what they build in their Buckeye. Cheesecake, cookies and cream, and a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, with the peanut butter. Well, come on. I'm really disappointed Jerry didn't bring us any. Deliver some of those to the room.
The great Jerry Emick, the SID here at Ohio State. And a touchback once again for the Minnesota offense.
When I talked to Danny Collins, the defensive coordinator, I said, we have to know where number 4 is. Well, there he is, Jeremiah Smith. Watch the motion. It's going to pull a bunch of defenders with him and lead forward. Saquon Bryant, number 4, all alone against Cardinal Tate. And Julian Sand gets him the football. Watch all these defenders go with Jeremiah Smith and opens up the whole field. And another beautiful deep throw by Julian Sand.
Tate has talked about Saint's throwing ability, and he said it's basically like he was born to do this. He can just put it in the perfect spot every time he releases the football. You saw the touch on that deep ball. And now a big hole for the Gophers as Taylor has the first touch of the possession, and he loses a yard. Will Smith Jr. makes the tackle.
Again, this defensive front, they can first guy getting down the line, Caden Curry, number 92. Just kind of forcing a good back to bounce side to side and not able to pick up any yards.
Second down and 10. Taylor in his return. 6 carries, 10 yards, longest run went for 5. They put gears in motion. They bring 4. Lindsey, sideline, one-on-one. A lot of tugging, but incomplete, and the flag does come in. It looked like it was high for gears. Not sure how catchable it was, as the linebacker Hayden Pierce was back there for coverage.
Well, we've seen more pressure, we've seen more man coverage. The other question is this a catchable pass?
And we're going to hear it would be the first penalty on either side.
Well, that's clearly holding. There is no foul for pass interference on the play. Third down.
That feels like the right call. Yeah. It's got to be in that wheelhouse where gears could actually make a play on the football. And clearly too high even for the 6'5", 250-pound frame of the fifth-year senior.
Man coverage on that second down and 10 play. Let's see if they stay with man, try to bring a little bit more heat on Drake Lindsey. Third and 10, you got to hold the ball a little bit longer for longer developing routes. They love to blitz Arbel Reese, number 8.
Ohio State still looking for their first sack of the game. Hayden Curry had 3 by himself last week. Here he comes around the edge, and there goes the first sack. Arbel Reese cleans it up in the backfield for the Gophers.
One of the things that makes this defense so special this year is Caden Curry's one of those guys who can play a lot of spots. He's a defensive tackle, and he's going to get the initial pressure. Normally, he's a defensive end, but on third and long, they move him inside. It's a good rush also on the transfer from North Carolina. Arbel Reese there to finish it off.
So we'll see. Brandon Ennis could absolutely look like a deep ring. But Ohio State can't get there in time. Now Ennis will call for the fair catch and make it at the 28-yard line. And he's got a Modelo game break. Here's John Fanta.
Guys, first ranked versus ranked Miami Florida State matchup. After Miami off Tommy Castellanos starts it back. Flea flicker to Malachi Tony, 44-yard touchdown. It's all Canes thus far, fellas.
Oh, John, it's all about the youth so far downstairs. Meanwhile, PJ Fleck is not. I would imagine it's got to be about that lack of the penalty if they picked it up. It looked like he was trying to talk about a holding of the jersey. So, impassioned is irrelevant right now. And so Ohio State will have the football from the 29-yard line. They'll also get it to start the second half. Swing it to Tate. He's been the star today. And goes airborne, flipped over, and then got popped at the end by Ryan and Brown.
60% of their completions and their touchdowns, and that has continued. Off his feet. Gary Brown to this game with for 252 and speed 2 and a touchdown pass. Career 9 catches, already a career high in yards. Now let's get Smith involved to the outside, and Jeremiah makes it 31. Well, we talk about these two guys. They are both dynamite playmaking guys, and tonight they're taking shots down the field. We're seeing the accuracy of Julian Saint, but we're seeing the explosive capabilities of these two-step and stand-up wide receivers. Jeremiah Smith, beautiful route here, and then the hands catch. The Cardinals take one-on-one from the big field. No match for Zaquan Rice. These two guys have really stepped up in the first half here of the Buckeye offense. Can Minnesota get a stop? It's Bo Jackson, and it's a first down. He slipped through that first tackle and moved the chains at the 43-yard line. Now, this is a tough time right now for Minnesota because, remember, they won the toss and elected to receive. Ohio State will get the ball to start the third quarter. They have a chance to really take advantage here of the middle 8 of the game, the last 4 minutes of the first half, first 4 minutes of the second half. Minnesota not having a lot of answers on how to stop or slow down this Buckeye offense right now. Well, it feels like they passed their first 2 tests of the year with protection now for Sam. He's got all day to throw and then just go short for Claire. Hit immediately by Brian for a modest gain of 6. So the first week of the season, you get the preseason #1 in Texas here at home. And then last week, they felt like it was their first test, certainly within the Big Ten, going to Washington. And what was a close game into the third quarter. And then finally, Ohio State broke through towards the end. Ryan Day said he was really happy, especially with a lot of inexperienced players in big spots, how they handled things when it didn't go perfect. And it set them up in this game. Very low scoring first half. They took control of the game in the second half. Pitch it, hit it, have to get away. He did initially, and then he got decked by Devin Williams. So 3rd and short. Once again for the Buckeyes. Ennis is going to gingerly make his way to the sideline. Yeah, we might even see Ohio State take a shot right here with the idea they would go for it on 4th down. They might be thinking 2-down territory right now. Ryan Day, Ryan Hartline, a chance to put a real dagger in. It looks like a run set with a lot of big people in the game. And it was whistled before. And a timeout for Ohio State. Timeout, Ohio State. So 3:29 to play. They take their final of this first half. Threatening once again already with a 21-3 advantage. And you can see in the huddle, Julian Saint had almost a sinister smile when it was about to happen. It looked like it was going to be just a quarterback push forward on a QB sneak. We'll see if that changes now after this timeout. But so much credit to Saint for how he's handled this position, replacing Will Howard, who Ryan Day described as a grown man leading this team. And Saint knows that he's not Will Howard, but he took certain things from him and has blended it with his own personal style, staying authentic to who he is leading this team. Yeah, you mentioned it. The being authentic was the main thing he had to do. Guys to be on the sideline as they come back out offensively. Well, they got the backup quarterback in there, Lincoln Keenholz, who is a better runner, a bigger person. Now, it looked like Saint would have easily made it. And now they have Keenholz in, who's a little bit more known as a runner on this 3rd and short. It is back out there as well. Good to see that. He's in the slot. 3rd and 1. Keenholz will run. Blocking from Dante. Lost his footing. He may have lost a yard also, or a half a yard. John Dempster was there either way. It was about to be a foot race to the edge, and Keenholz might have lost it. Here's Dempster. He's got the edge. He's the edge defender. Fights off the block of Donaldson really well. Kind of a wasted time out there. That play didn't really get him anything. I think Ryan Day wanted to run that ball inside instead of trying to bounce it outside. Lost a little ground. Now they got a punt.
So the water is headed away. They have Quentin Redding back there. And a flag is down, and this is going to back up a little further for the Buckeyes.
For the Gophers, man. False start. Offense number 5. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4 down.
First penalty of this game officially.
And that one doesn't really hurt Ohio State. You know, lined up the punt anyway. Got a little bit more room now. Try to pin Minnesota deep. See if your defense can get the ball back here. Even though you don't have any timeouts if you're Ohio State.
And now they've decided to put Coy Parrish back out there for the punt return. So initially it was going to be Redding when maybe they thought they would just fair catch it or let it fall into the end zone. Now they're saying that Parrish can make something happen. Put it, line drive, Parrish brings it in for the fair catch at the 10. Get ready for a new Law and Order Thursday. The squads are in action and justice will be sweet. New Law and Order Thursday is Thursday on NBC and Peacock. So in the first drive here, you got 2:32 to play. You got to go 90 yards or more to score a touchdown. But at minimum, it feels like they need to find a way to get a field goal on the board with Ohio State getting the football to start the second half.
And everything started so well for Drake Lindsey. Started 7 for 7. He's now 3 of his last 10. Not even over 100 yards passing right now. Ohio State's defense has really clamped down after that first possession.
Play action on first down. Danny Hines is running back Cam Davis. Turning up the sideline. He gets ushered out of bounds by McLean after a gain of 6.5. So the first drive for Minnesota, 13 plays down the field for 66 yards and a field goal. Since then, 4 drives, 3 of them straight outs, 23 total yards.
Well, again, this Ohio State defense, we showed you the numbers, we showed you the stats. They've been unbelievable. Holding opponents to under 6 points per ball game. Excellent on third down, excellent in the red zone. And after that opening possession, Matt Patricia, the defensive staff, got together, made some adjustments. They have been on lockdown ever since.
You got to wonder how conservative PJ Fleck will be offensively here as they try to get some points before the start of the second half.
Old ideas are everywhere. Left over from legacy thinking. You're not careful, they can sneak in every day. You're not bound to the past. Old ideas can't hold you back. Exquisite design with the soul of sports car. UG7. Welcome to Genesis.
Big Thursday night football.
Philadelphia Eagles face the New York Giants. Straight Thursday night football. Eagles, Giants, only on Prime. Gillette lamps is just a fancy looking fusion fire. But it's Gillette's best shape, and its ultra sharp blades last 50% longer. Hey Joe, come feel my cheeks. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Keeps getting better.
Superstitions, Matt?
Hi, Carl. It's a good thing Discover makes it easy to be a Big Ten fan.
Totally. I get cash back on my rally cap.
Cash back on my favorite glove.
Cash back on my Lucky Shamrock.
Cash back on my game day chicken wings.
Cash back on my one cleat.
Even earn cash back on my lucky outlet.
You win. Next round's on me.
Earn cash back on every purchase with Discover, the official card of Big Ten.
Target Circle Week's big deals are coming, with hot daily deals at 40% off all week long. 7 days of big deals start Sunday.
Hey everyone, our next client is Marshall.
We want a live event. Our team is doing slow-mo glamour shots.
This could be hard to do. I want to get up there and help teammates. But I love your enthusiasm. Offering with Jimmy Fallon Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
Well, this Matt Patricia Ohio State defense has been as advertised after that open 13-play drive. Excellent against the run. Stops on third Minnesota 1 for 6 on third down, and when they did get in the red zone, they had to settle for a field goal.
Second down and 3 after the 2-minute timeout. And off, Taylor scampers forward for the first down to the 21-yard line. Minnesota has one timeout remaining here.
You always want to get that first down, and see if you get a little breathing room, and now we might see them open it up a little bit.
Just got to be so careful with the way that the Ohio State offense is humming. That one batted up and incomplete. First one batted, this one for Taiwan Malone Jr.
And this is a play where they show pressure. What they show in the pre-snap is not what they do in the post-snap. Show pressure, then they back out. It's just a 4-man rush, playing zone behind it. And a nice job getting a hand on the football, not alone.
For 146, so that's the danger with throwing the incomplete pass to stop the clock and give a potential of Ohio State getting the football back to double dip. Second down and 10, again showing pressure. Taylor trying to get to the outside, he's going to stay in bounds. He lost a yard on the quick Zion Grady. Got to him, clock rolling with a minute and a half to play.
Well, he lost yardage, but it was smart to go down in bounds because Ohio State is out of timeouts. So you're trying to milk as much of the clock here as you can. Would not be shocked to see him run the football here again on third and long. Because you don't want to put the ball in harm's way and give Ohio State a short field.
Each going to the back now on third and 12. Play clock down to 2.
They get a snap and get it off. And we've seen this a couple times. Again, their operation is the guard needs to look back and then alert the center. And for whatever reason, the guard is not looking long enough, and he's not ready to get the ball. So they 3 seconds, they haven't snapped, they give the signal, the guard's late, the center's late snapping the football. They've called timeout to avoid this. This time, they got the penalty. They just really need to just speed up their whole operation. That means play call coming in and out of the huddle, quicker in the line of scrimmage.
It's Ejiboy on third and 17. He runs into the umpire, and then Sonny Styles slowed him down initially. He got a lot of the yards, but not enough. Picks up 13, needed 17. Clock is going to dwindle down before Minnesota will punt it away.
I think Minnesota will take this all the way down and use their last timeout when it gets to about 2 seconds before they punt the football.
They don't even necessarily have to punt it. They could try to just run around and drain the clock all the way down as well. Chuck it up and get it to zeros. But you see that PJ Fleck is talking to his punter, Tom Weston, before he calls the timeout. So we'll see where the clock ends up. Take it to 1 on the play clock, and there it is. On the Xfinity halftime report, Buckeyes doing what they're supposed to do as the number 1 team in the country here in Columbus. The Hurricanes off to a fast start in Tallahassee, and what a win for UCLA. They shot Penn State. The Rose Bowl. The offense finally looks anything but anemic. That's what they had been for their first 4 games. They hadn't led in a game until beating Penn State today.
Well, college football is a crazy game.
Yes, it is.
It's still 18 to 22-year-old kids playing the game, and credit UCLA. They came ready to play today. I thought Penn State would really get right this week and next week after the tough loss at home in overtime to Oregon. But they got outplayed today.
Got hit on the back end, the flag is down. And this one will bounce Martinez just lets it crawl all the way to the 15. So we'll hold off and wait for the penalty. Weston did get hit. It was only 4th and 4. So either variety of contact to the punter would create a first down here, and then a potential untimed down to finish the first half. Let's hear it. Trying to get in there to block it at the angle, but just about a half second slow. 1-3 advantage here at the shoot. Let's go to KT.
A strong opening drive for Minnesota to start the game, but what did you like about the way your defense responded?
Of course, we don't field goal, they played really well the rest of the way. We got explosive on offense, and finished this last drive here. Really upset that we didn't get the third down, but we got to come out here now and win the first 4 minutes of the second half. We start with the ball, so we're gonna get there at halftime and talk to the guys come up with a great plan coming out of halftime.
We're seeing some creativity from your offense as well. What are ways that you can continue to use that in the second half?
We're looking for a balance. It all starts with running the ball. So, 3rd and 2 right there. I thought we didn't hit the run very well. I'm upset about that. But overall, it's a good balance right now. We got to keep focused.
Thanks, Coach.
Like a true championship head coach, the one mistake is going to find something. What was in here? Perfect first half for his offense. It's 21-3 after 2. The Xfinity halftime report next.
At Deep Police Brothers Pizza, we're more than just pizza. We're a full line of catering offerings. Try our party round set, Parmesan crust and rosemary chicken breast, signature Italian sausage, or meatballs. To book your next event, call Deep Police Brothers Pizza near you or visit us at deeppolice.com.
When RB says euros, you say 2 for $7. Euros. 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 Louder. Arby's. We have the meat.
I'm being told this is legal use with Liberty Mutual. They'll save you hundreds by customizing your car insurance.
And this wonderful is the gentleman under the security guard.
Only pay for what you need.
At WVU Medicine Weirton Medical Center, our ER doors are always open. Emergency care at WVU Medicine Weirton Medical Center means now care. It means every hour care, no exceptions. We are the only trauma-designated hospital in the Weirton studio area. We are always ready. You can always count on WVU Medicine Weirton Medical Center.
At Deep Police Brothers Pizza, we're more than just pizza. With a full line of catering offerings. Try our party round set, Parmesan crust and rosemary chicken breast, signature Italian sausage, or meatballs. To book your next event, call Deep Police Brothers Pizza near you or visit us at deeppolice.com.
Only hospital in the Ohio Valley to earn a 5-star rating.
Welcome to the Xfinity halftime report.
163 yards and a touchdown for Cardell Tate. Jeremiah Smith with another score. Joshua, what word best describes the Buckeyes right now?
It looks like a multifaceted team. They've got the defense that has been suffocating. They've come up in big moments. The offense wanted to run the ball early. They were pretty efficient. And then people ask the question, do they still have the ability to be explosive?
Yeah, they do. It's just the explosive. That seems to be the word right now. I'll get much more on this game in a bit, but let's get right to our college football reset, brought to you by the Xfinity halftime report. Miami and Florida State, this game ongoing top 20 matchup, showdown of the Sunshine State. First play after an interception. We got a flame flicker Carson to Malachi Tone in. That's right, this is the time
time to take a shot. Carson Beck is throwing the ball really well. And this Malachi Tony, I don't know. Are freshman superstar receivers growing on trees this day?
They are. They are.
I guess they are. Every team's got to have one. What happened here at the Rose Bowl? Number 7 Penn State taking on UCLA. They hadn't led all season. Nico Iamaleava. They've got 5 touchdowns from their quarterback and a lead over Penn State.
I mean, he put the team on his back, right? And there's a lot to prove for him in this game, but I mean, Penn State side of it, I just don't know how you recover after this. It was devastating for them.
That was their last chance. The play caller for the first time.
Yeah.
Came off the field.
Very happy for him and his dad, Rick Neuhazel, former UCLA head coach, celebrating that one in studio.
The swamp. DJ Lagway to Dallas Wilson.
What was that Chris was saying about everyone needing a freshman? Yeah, freshmen receivers, they are unreal. Dallas Wilson.
He's a beast, that guy right there, Dallas Wilson. Arch down 8. Yes, way the whole season's gone so far, and then you got the final second trying to stop the clock.
It was kind of a perfect ending, right?
We don't even know how to stop the clock. Exactly.
Left
yeah. Okay, so let's discuss what is going on here. This is the preseason top 6. Ohio State's like, where is everyone gone? The only undefeated team. You got multiple losses from a lot of these teams. Georgia has moved out of the top 6. But let's zero in on that number 2 team preseason, Nicole. That is Penn State. 3-2, still on the schedule. They have Ohio State. They have Indiana, so potentially more losses to come. Where do the Nittany Lions go from here?
I mean, it's so frustrating. You are a team that has college football playoff aspirations, national championship aspirations. Now it's not just a big game problem, also the little games, the games that you're supposed to take care of business. If I'm James Franklin, I'm seriously thinking about some of these jobs that are going to get open this year and maybe starting over scratch somewhere else. Both sides, just starting with a clean slate because it's not working. 12 seasons. And it makes it impossible for Penn State to make this decision. But if I'm James Franklin, I get out ahead of it.
The worst thing that can happen is that the snowballs, because it feels to me like they lost to Oregon, and then they thought about the whole week, if we got to travel out west, we got to take the long bus rides to the airport, and Oregon beats them a second time. The UCLA team should have had no chance in this game. But I'm curious, because Ohio State fans saw a little bit of a similar story last year. Who's the person that calls a meeting and gets everything together? Yeah, right. It says that we still have the rest of the season to play. We're not done yet. And I'm curious to see what the response looks like.
Well, here's the good thing. Misery loves company. Former Longhorn diagnosed the problems of Texas right now. Well, everybody's going to start with Arch Manning. But there's more than just Arch Manning here. I think the first thing is they can't run the football. We saw the defense get pushed around today. Hasn't been as dominant as everybody expected. Special teams failed them. I see a lot of replays. I see it on film. I feel like defenses are on Steve Sarkisian's offense and the scheme a little bit. Then there's the Arch Manning problem, who has clearly not been on his game this year. Not throwing the ball very well, indecisive in the pocket. That's a little tight, but you're supposed to be the number 1 pick tonight and some other quarterbacks. So, yeah, it's systemic, but of course their leader there is not playing well. 15 yards from Texas. Yeah, right.
Also, maybe preseason polls were a mistake.
Yeah.
I voted in it, but we didn't know about these teams.
Maybe tougher in this era to sustain that success, which makes what the Buckeyes are doing here in back-to-back years maybe a little more impressive. Games of the day. So it's been a bad go of it for Bill Belichick in North Carolina. Iowa State goes down too.
Yeah, knock on wood, Cincinnati might be a real Big 12 contender.
Keep your eye on that.
This is how you make crispy Korean fried chicken. Wi-Fi speeds as fast as home, even when you're on the go. As an official sponsor of the NFL, Jersey Mike's wants you, Eli Manning, to be our new spokesperson.
I'm in. I love Jersey Mike.
Hold on. Jersey Mike's new spokesperson. Eli. I just want these stuff. You'll be here with my lawyer. Very correct. Jersey Mike's, a sub of that's my line. A sub of at Ameriprise Financial
We know our goods. Parents and caretakers. Believers and breadwinners. The goals that matter most to you matter most to us. Investing in solutions. It's no wonder we have a 4.9 out of 5 client satisfaction rating. Ameriprise Financial. Advice worth talking about. 1, 2, 3, and 10 about 12. Make some noise! Can I show you something? There are also a lot of retirement homes that my posters on too. My mother actually has a picture of you at Kitchen. Donald has the deepest blue eyes I've ever seen. He's cute. Step up, stop in the back too. Says good. You see there, it wasn't wide open, but he's got confidence in his ability, confidence in John Fanta giving us up today. Well, thank you all then, Maurice. On this Saturday of chaos, we're not done with just 2 hours peaking. Alabama gets revenge over Vanderbilt. No copy of magic on this day. To the ACC, and have an overtime. Jamari Taylor from Virginia. How would the Cavaliers follow that upset win over Florida State? They're 5-1 for the first time in 8 years. To the chaotic Big 12. Cincinnati's Kawhi Walker. They take down number 49 with St. Zenit Skyline Chili tonight. Notre Dame. Jadarian Price. Play. Price is right. All Irish. The answered prayer. Hail Mary. Hoya Saxa. Georgetown is down 3. They need a Hail Mary. Dennis Thomas II to Jimmy Kibble. Lunch on that. The Hoyas win it at the buzzer on their homecoming. It's going to be hard to beat this Saturday. I'm telling you, it's been pretty good. You have offset, you have a Hail Mary, and you also have Hail. I'm not joking. Are you sure it's Hail? I don't like 80 here right here. That looks like snow. That looks like snow. Hail, maybe snow. I think it's the same thing, but yeah, it's not. Well, you're right. Hail. Either way, it's cold. It's weird.
Oh boy.
Man, this gives me back to the 2000s.
Size. Going a distance for the perfect ingredient. Navigating to places you've never been. This is what you do. This is who you are. And you have no intention of ever giving that up. Make your pastimes last a lifetime with Lincoln Financial.
At Wayfair, we bring style to every get-together. Oh,
If you need wing-back chairs, that's it, everyone. We brought plenty.
we brought the sides.
Everybody remember to leave room. Yeah, bring that over here.
We brought the ranch. That looks like it's fresh from the farmhouse.
Wings and ranch? Now it's a party.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
You're so much more than just a landowner. You're a gardener. A groundskeeper. A landscaper. Because you didn't settle for ordinary. Same goes for your equipment. Versatile, powerful, durable Kubota equipment. more goes into it, so you get more out of it.
Mike Robb, back Castle, Jordan Cornette here for the shoe at halftime. And Minnesota comes out 3-0, 21 unanswered from nation's number one, and then they start to look like nation's number one. What's to you about the Buckeyes?
Well, the Buckeyes, they have no weaknesses, right? On either side of the ball, you've got superstars on the offensive side of the ball, particularly at the wide receiver position. Then you go to the defensive side of the ball, and you can pick a number of guys as well. They're playing at a really high level, and that's what makes it so difficult to come here to Ohio State and play this number one team. It makes it very difficult. They're explosive in the passing game. They can get a yard or two whenever they want to, right? They're controlling the line of scrimmage offensively and defensively. There's just not many holes in this team right now. What are the perceived holes, Mike Robb, coming into the season at least? What's that redshirt freshman quarterback, Julian saying? I think he's answered some questions here tonight and early on in the season. He has answered some questions early on, but I got to admit, guys, when you got Jeremiah Smith on the outside and Quandale Tate on the other side, I'm not saying it's making playing quarterback easy, but man, you know, it feels pretty good to have some Cadillacs and Ferraris on the outside and never put them on the outside. It's no doubt they gave him the keys to the Ferrari when he started to become the starting quarterback. But what you're seeing out of him is consistent growth. From week one against Texas, where they were a little bit more tentative, I would say, going out there and how they're ready to play the game. But now he's coming into his own. He's taking his shots downfield, and he needed to be explosive. They needed to see this offense be explosive. Well, he answered that bell really quick. Mike Robb, the Gophers did have somewhat of a handle early on in this game, and they quickly lost control. It was BJ Flex saying who's group that. Well, he's saying to his group right now, guys. Look at those first two drives, especially offensively. They were efficient. They ran the football a little bit. They were good in their passing game. They were very efficient offense. They need to get back to that. And there were some opportunities, some overthrown passes, some maybe drop balls, and all go a little bit off target. But they can hit on those plays. You got to hit on all those plays to get back in this game. I was really impressed with Drake Lindsay, how he came out, made good decisions, took the ball away when he needed to. But what they can't become in this game is one-dimensional. They've got to keep with the run game. What's going to be a exciting second half? We got a whole lot more coming up here. Second half about to get started. Gophers looking for a response. Buckeyes looking to continue to bury this Minnesota team. We get the second half. We return.
This has been the Xfinity Halftime Report.
Guess who's back?
For over 140 years, we've been writing our story together, cheering on local teams, supporting our schools, and standing beside local businesses every step of the way. At Belmont Savings Bank, your local community bank, we say thank you for being the heart of our community. Your trust, growth, and support inspire us to give back and make your story part of ours. Let's keep writing it together. We'd love to help you with your story.
Hi, I'm Heidi Riley with Cedar Wood Realty. With nearly 20 years of experience in Ohio and West Virginia, I know what it takes to get results. Well, social media is great, it's experience. Commercial, residential, I can walk you through every step of the way. Give me a call. Kathy O is the way to go. I am Kathy Ostovich with Cedar Point Realty. With over 30 years experience in Ohio and West Virginia, I get things done. I get results. Check out my reviews on Google. Buying or selling, Kathy O is the way to go.
Community powered and trained to electrify. IPEW 246.
This first half recap is brought to you by Geico. Get more with Geico. Turn up the big voltage, brought to you by Genesis Motor America 21-3 after 2 at Ohio Stadium, and it's been the wide receivers as it normally is for the Buckeye offense. Career high 162 yards for Cardell Tate. He did it in 2 quarters, each of them with a touchdown. Minnesota looked great to start this game. 13 plays down the field, 66 yards, resulted in a field goal with their last 5 drives of the first half. 19 plays, 40 total yards, 4 punts, and 1 turnover on down. The quarterback comparison, 7 for 7 start for Drake Lindsey, but he has struggled since. Meanwhile, Julian Sand opening it up a little bit, going down the field a little bit, 2 touchdowns, 2 hit, 2 main targets. Take a look at our Google search trends for tonight. College football leading receivers. Those 500, they had 5,000 percent. Well, it makes sense because we've got these 2 guys right here who could easily be the leading receiver for any team they get popped on, and consistently producing as always for the Buckeyes.
You're looking at a first round draft pick this year in Cardell Tate. The only reason they both can't get drafted until he plays another year here.
A lot of people said last year if he was eligible, he would have been the first overall pick in the NFL draft. And this will be a touchback, so Minnesota decided to receive. Let's go to KC.
Well, guys, see the Minnesota defense pays so much attention to Jeremiah Smith. It's leaving a lot of other options open, and I just talked to PJ Fleck about that. He said, we're doing everything. At this point, you just have to take your points and try to keep them off balance. As that opening drive you were just talking about, Noah, he said, Ohio State was in base C. As soon as they started to switch up the runs on us, they've been playing more man-to-man, and we need to do a better job of recognizing it and getting those sustained drives that we need, guys.
We asked PJ Fleck about his time as a GA with Ohio State in 2006. He said the biggest thing he learned is that this is a player's game at the end of the day. Coaches can be as great as they possibly can, but the talent generally wins out. Not always, but generally wins out. That's why it's such a difficult task against this Ohio State offense loaded at every position, defense loaded at every position. And they got first down from the 25 to start the third quarter.
I think Minnesota can't play much more man defense. Good stop on this first down.
Jackson got stood up initially at the line of scrimmage, and we're going to go a half yard on that first down carry. His 8th touch of the game. He's got 36.
Danny Collins is the defensive coordinator, really a love guy on this staff, love by all the players, and just, one of those guys you really root for. Great stories. 18 years in coaching, but his first 10 years, he was never a full-time assistant. He was a GA, he was an analyst, he was a student coach when he was in college at Western Michigan, and only the last 4 years has he been an actual paid assistant coach.
Saying that's a getaway. Flip one. Cardell Tate. Right now he can do no wrong. Adding to his career high tally.
So Sand does a nice job extending the play, but this is beautiful work on the sideline by Cardell Tate. Ball thrown in a good spot, but just excellent footwork by Cardell Tate.
That right foot down, that left foot down. That's good on Sundays. Man, he is impressive. And again, understanding with all the attention that Jeremiah is going to garner, he's going to have openings. He's had plenty of them tonight. 8 catches, 179 and a touchdown. Eagles in there now on first down from the 42. Thank you to him. Say it to the outside. They've been looking to get their tight end nice player involved a little bit more here tonight than maybe in the previous games. His third catch for 9 yards.
We had deep routes on this play action as well. Didn't like what he saw down the field, good decision to dump it off to a shorter option and make it a second and short.
So you brought up Danny Collins, said that he was never really a full-time assistant until just a couple years ago. It's a guy who slept in a custodian closet just so he could be around PJ Fleck and help out as a GA at Western Michigan after he graduated from Western as a student assistant. Peoples was in there, but flag down and will back up this Ohio State offense just as that.
Before the ball was snapped, full start. Offense number 89. Five-yard penalty. Ripping second out. Danny Collins is the third different defensive coordinator in the last 3 years for Minnesota. They've had some good ones. I mean, Joe Rossi did a really good job. He went to Michigan State. Danny Heatherman went to Miami, running that Hurricane defense now. And Danny Collins got promoted from within. He's coached just about every position on their defense at one time or another. He coaches the safeties. Now he's a coordinator.
Say it completes on second and 6 to clear, remove the sticks.
And the choice he's got to make right here now is it slow kill? I mean, do I play zone and hope they make a mistake or hope the young quarterback gets greedy? When I tried to go man-to-man or try to get pressure, we gave up big plays over our heads. So I think in the long run, you're better off playing more zone and trying to force this quarterback to be patient. One thing that Julian Sayin has shown all season, he's a California guy, he's got a pretty cool temperament, and he doesn't force things down the field.
Jackson loses two. Now we go to KT.
Well, Todd, to what you were saying, Sonny Styles told me the Buckeyes are comfortable beating down any team in the fourth quarter, but most games are actually won or lost in this pivotal middle section. The last 4 minutes of the second quarter, the first 4 minutes of this third, and added in their preparation to do this starts in practice. They mentally place themselves in the second half and set it their philosophy to come out of the half fast.
We saw that Ron Day was not quite satisfied because of the third one they didn't convert at the end of that second quarter. He talked about winning the first couple minutes of this third, how important it is putting this team away. So the closer it gets to the third, advantage Minnesota. It looked like a mystery came on there. Saying is he's going to have to eat what looks like maybe back to the line of scrimmage as Brian makes the tackle.
Well, you got a young quarterback and a young back, and somebody went the wrong way. My guess is the back went the wrong way. Peoples has not been in very much. And Julian Sayin just tries to make something out of it, but a third and long situation and an opportunity for this Gopher defense to get off the field.
The quarterback's saying it was the running back's fault, is that what you're saying?
It usually is.
Third and 12. Opening drive to this second half. Sayin, Minnesota only breaks 3. Sayin gets away with a flag down. And Sayin is just going to turn it upfield, and then he gets leveled out of bounds. A big hit. Looked like it was legal from the freshman Emmanuel Carmine.
I would imagine that they will decline this penalty as well.
He was certainly still in bounds, and yeah, that's a good hit. So we'll see if it is, in fact, a hold on Hinsman.
Like BJ's going to back him up. Holding. Offense number 75. 10-yard penalty. Repeat third down.
A little bit of a surprising decision instead of taking the fourth down, but maybe the thought of zero chance of a field goal.
Hinsman right here in the middle. It's called for the hold, and really it only happens when the quarterback tries to leave the pocket. It wasn't a hold while he was in the pocket. Rashawn Lawrence, number 16, was rushing over the center, and as soon as that quarterback left the pocket, the center doesn't know where he's at, and he gets caught holding as the defensive guy tries to disengage and make a play.
I remember the first half, Carnell Tate had 3 catches of 40-plus. Jeremiah Smith had 1 for 31 yards. Sayin steps up, gets rid of it. It's Smith, and it's sniffed out.
Now that's good defense, because this is a play they ran for a touchdown right at the end of the first half against Washington last week. It's designed to go underneath as a screen pass to Jeremiah Smith. Guys are blocking downfield, and that time Minnesota was ready for it, and it was well defended for no gain.
So Joe McGuire will punt it for the second time tonight. Corey Parrish standing back at his own 16-yard line. Hasn't got an opportunity yet. We've seen how dangerous dangerous he is as a return man. Harris was outstanding as a return man last season.
Starting the return. Illegal block in the back. Receiving team number 4. The penalty is half the distance to the goal. First down.
It's Saquon Zion.
That's a little weak.
Light show. Taxmans are out.
You're gonna like this story because it's about you. When does it start? With a flight time that looks at you and where does the story take place? Destinations far, far, far away, or ones you used to call home. And if you need to rewrite it, there's no fee to change your flight. Where should we go next? Well, that's up to you. Because when we built the world's biggest airline, we built it around you.
Welcome to Visible, the ultimate wireless hack. It's one line powered with unlimited data from Verizon's 5G network for just $25 a month. Stream, scroll, browse, and connect with great coverage plus unlimited hotspot included. That's a top-tier network at a budget-friendly cost. But you already knew, didn't you? Visible. Live in the know.
The 3 for Me only at Chili's is now available with the all-new AQP fries, bottomless chips and salsa, and a bottomless drink, all for just $10.99. So if you're done with tiny overpriced burgers, just come to Chili's. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Old Spice Gentleman Super Hydration Body Wash. Vanilla Shake. 24/7 moisturization with vitamin B3.
Are you using all the Old Spice?
We have to be able to say we did everything we could. This is about justice. It's okay if you don't fight. Because we're going to fight for you.
New Thursday on NBC and Peacock.
Back here at Ohio State, a 21-3 lead for the Buckeyes, and you're looking at Caleb Downs. We'll take a listen to this from kindergarten for middle school. Caleb Downs, along with his brother and sister, they woke up at 5 a.m. and they would run the big hill across the street from their house. Now, this was at the command of their dad, former NFLer Downs, who Caleb said was his first performance trainer. Now, Caleb said he definitely complained a lot during these early morning training sessions, but clearly, guys, the effort at a young age has paid off.
Yeah, he said he actually didn't even want to play sports as a kid because of what they were doing every morning, and that's what it was creating. As Loyola loses about a yard and a half, and Jermaine Matthews combines with the regular style. There's something that separates Jermaine from the league. Caleb Downs obviously has it in his genes, with his dad being in the NFL, his brother Josh now in his 3rd year with the Colts. But that type of work ethic that was instilled in them early, we've seen it from Jeremiah Smith. We know that story. Him running the hills. The Styles brothers did the same thing when they were growing up. That's what takes you to the next level. And this is the result of all the work of all these years later, banked up as Caleb Downs has created himself into a monster, the best defensive player in college football. That run is going to go for maybe a yard, and his PG boy disappears.
This defensive front now for Ohio State has really got to take control of the football game. They did it in the second quarter, and they're starting the third quarter the same way. Not much movement, not much push, forcing 3rd down and long, deep in their own territory. Minnesota has had trouble with their silent count operation. A situations, and here they are, 3rd and 10.
Lindsay, lost, sideline, incomplete. He was looking for Javon Tracy, matched up with Davison Igwinosin. No flag down, and another 3-and-out for Minnesota.
Igwinosin has been known to get called for some holding penalties. He's long as a defensive back. He's 6'2", 195 pounds, has his hands on the jersey, and no call right on the Minnesota sideline. I mean, he does that a lot. He did it a lot last year and got called for it a lot. And I'm not sure why it wasn't called right there.
He led all FBS defenders last year with 16 penalties, but he did have a team-high 9 PBUs. Brandon Innes will have some room to work with from the 44-yard line. Back across the field. Styles is going to take it down the sideline. Good blocking, and Lorenzo Styles has it to the 21. Special teams get special for the Buckeyes. 41-yard return.
So many times when you call a trick play, it's all about timing, when you call it. Perfect execution. And once Nate Roberts, number 83, get a block, but not get an illegal block, and spring the play.
Let's go, Bud. Hurry up. Come on. I'm a baseball dad. Just because I didn't go pro doesn't mean my kid won't. Give me that. No pressure, kid. Just everyone watch.
Back here. Second. On 1st down. To Jackson on the outside. Weaves his way through. It's 1st and goal.
We're seeing a little bit of everything with Bo Jackson. Of course, we know the wideouts. We've seen Max Clare catch the ball. At the time that we've seen this guy run with some power, with some speed. That's how they put him out as a wide receiver. And again, that ability to make people miss out in space. Just another dynamic playmaker to add to this Ohio State offense. And Julian Sayin continues to just deliver the ball in the right spots. 18 for 21 now for 268, 2 touchdowns.
Smith at the top of the screen, matched up with Ryan. Instead is Jackson up the middle. And then he pushes forward and bulldozes his way to the 5 as Baranowski made first contact. They're still working with Drake Lindsay, trying to figure out how to get back to that rhythm we had on that opening drive when they went down the field in 13 plays to kick the field goal. BJ Fleck just looking for answers, period. And knew it was going to be a tall task for his team. Felt like they'd be prepared for this environment, which for the most part they have been. But sometimes the talent on the other side that Ohio State boasts is just too great. And we've seen it in every facet so far. Now can they get the freshman Jackson a touchdown? Hand it to him. Jackson, the hole, Jackson to the goal line. And they're going to mark him short at the half-yard line.
Nice double team between the center and the left guard. Jackson trying to fight his way to the goal line.
Ooh.
Well, that looked like he got the ball over the plane. Don't know where his knee was. Now, Hinsman, you're really not allowed to pull a guy. You can push a guy, but you can't bring him. The play was the runner was down short of the line, short of the goal line. The play is for review. I think he was down on top of a Minnesota player. I don't think he was down on the ground.
No, there's no body part that hits the ground. He extends that. That should be a pretty easy review, if anything. And impressive effort for the freshman, who got kind of pushed back at the 2-yard line. You see, he keeps fighting here, dragged down by 2 different defenders from behind, just showing off the strength at 6'2", 217. And then Hinsman does kind of grab him a little bit, but that was mostly on the push from Jackson. The full extension to the goal line. They just saw it at Ohio Stadium.
Well, really nice blocking on the left side. Luke Montgomery, the left guard. Carson Hinsman, the center, double team. Austin Sterafel, number 67, the left tackle. A nice kick out block. After review, it's a touchdown.
Very concise announcement. And a correct one at that.
yardage and mid safeties when you've got guys like Tate and Smith. And that opens things up.
4 different players now with a touchdown for Ohio State. Fueling State's first extra points. 28 straight points for Ohio State. It started with a return. Gaines backwards. Styles down the sideline. And it sets up the freshman. Bo Jackson getting it done. Let's go, bud. Hurry up. Come on. I'm a baseball dad. Just because I didn't go pro doesn't mean my kid won't. See me that. No question, kid. Does everyone watch? Coach says it doesn't matter if you win or lose the game, but that's what the losers say. Yeah, swing those hips, right? And you guys swing. Four. And if you're on the right insurance, you can be paid for this yourself. To get Allstate, save money, and be protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Your Pinterest Target Circle Week's big deals are coming. With hot daily deals at 40% off all week long. 7 days of big deals start Sunday.
Old ideas are everywhere. Thinking. You're not bound to the past. Old ideas can hold you back. Genesis. Next Saturday, college football is live. First up, it's a Peacock exclusive when NC State takes on Notre Dame. Then in prime time, Michigan visits USC. All live on NBC and Peacock.
The freshman Bo Jackson paid it off, but this was all set up by the exquisite trick play on return.
Yeah, I want you to watch the discipline of a young freshman, Nate Roberts, a backup tight end. This guy right here. Now watch. He's sizing up this guy right here. He could have easily destroyed him with the block, but it would have been an illegal blindside block. He just gets right in his way and does his job. And that just is tremendous discipline by a young player to just get in the way of the linebacker, Eric the captain, and set up that play.
So Rob Key, the special teams coordinator, dials up something fun, unique. And Lorenzo Styles was just more frustrated that he didn't score after the play. Either way, it sets up the eventual score, 28-3 for the Buckeyes as they booted away. And Harris will call for the fair catch inside the 5. Let's see if this Minnesota offense can get anything rolling here in the third. For years, everyone thought Verizon had the best network because they did. But now the best mobile network in the U.S. is T-Mobile. Some fancy experts finished the network test, and T-Mobile sort of opened a can of whoop up. T-Mobile's network has the most advanced 5G with more towers, and their signal reaches further than ever. So you can text and instant talk and say, "You won't believe where I am." Seriously, or headline. Hey, I got signal.
We put it through the works. Safety it's fast. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality.
Hi. Ready for an ultra?
Racing for an ultra?
So, I didn't. That's
Gophers get freedom, so I can order a good one.
Wow, Walmart Plus lets you choose from 2 streaming services.
Choice is everything. I'm a member who knows better with Walmart Plus.
Hey, my treat today. I don't think they'll take that here. Of course they take Discover. You're stuck in the past. Unlike me. You look rad.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide.
Totally.
Chipotle just dropped Build Your Own Chipotle.
A mini Chipotle experience at home. Feeds 4 to 6 people.
We have a lot of food here.
But the protein, right, the meat.
Everybody can make whatever they want, and there's plenty to go around. Absolute game changer. Your new bike is officially protected by America's #1 motorcycle insurer. You can now safely go wherever the wind takes us.
That's right.
It was one of those books that smelled bad, but in a good way, you know?
Oh, didn't think this through, did you?
No. You go without me. The owner and I aren't on speaking terms. Apparently the refills are limited.
Okay.
It's not okay. Just had to check in with a Modelo game break. Carson back and Malachi Tony have a real connection, and Tony may be the most electric freshman in all of college football. His second touchdown catch of the night. Beck's got 3. It is all Canes, Noah and John.
Impressive. It was certainly a question mark going in. Going on the road, enemy territory, really for the first time this year. It lived up to the hype.
Yeah. One happy guy up here in the booth with
Josh Selesnik, our resident Canes fan, our statistician, doing work. And he's been put to work today with some of the numbers that Carnell Tate has put together as if Minosa upends Egypt boy on that carry. So you could say, oh, Minnesota just hasn't figured it out. Again, you have to credit this Ohio State defense. This is one of the best units.
True. And you can say, well, not just against Grambling, not just against, Ohio University. They did it against Texas in the opener. They did it on the road at Washington, shutting them down completely in the second half. And they're just controlling the action. Ever since that first possession, Minnesota has gotten nothing.
Rogers in motion, 3-rusher came, and it's nearly picked and nearly caught, and instead it's just incomplete. Jermaine Matthews had the coverage and went through his hands.
Yeah, they don't bring a lot of pressure. This time they show it, and they're going to bring it. And so they're coming after the quarterback. Caleb Downs is getting into the backfield, and really wanted the receiver, Javon Tracy, number 11, for just kind of fighting in there and not allowing it to be intercepted. Because it was in a perfect spot for Jermaine Matthews.
Matthews has 1 interception this year on Arch Manning in the third quarter of week 1. It's 3rd and 8, another 3rd and long. Pressure comes off the edge on both sides. Rockington has the short catch and he loses yards. Sonny Styles made the first contact, cleaned up by his defensive line, and another 3 and out for the Gophers.
Well, look where Sonny Styles comes from. Here he is right here. He's going to be all the way in here and just get out there so quick to make the play. The throw was not a great throw. He had to reach back for him, but just the amount of time it took Styles to close this space is impressive. Again, Styles began as a safety, kept getting bigger and stronger, and he moved to linebacker, and that's really the more natural position for him.
So Weston will get this one off. It is backed up from the 18. Gets in between 2. Now to the outside, and he is tripped up. That's an important play made by Gerlach.
Julian Sand continues to evolve as the starting quarterback here. 19 of 22, 279 yards. Watch this throw. The timing on the touchdown to Jeremiah Smith. His receiver gets separation, puts the ball perfectly. And then watch this dive that he drops off the play action. The one-on-one, Carnell Tate deep. He has been on the money all night. Short, long, to both receivers, to his tight end Claire. To Bo Jackson out of the backfield again, 19 of 22, 279 and 2 touches.
You look at the rushing breakdown. 11 carries for Jackson, only 1 for Pete.
attention Minnesota has paid to Jeremiah Smith tonight. Jeremiah Smith, kind of modest numbers, 5 catches, 53 yards, 1 touchdown, but he has drawn so much attention from this Gopher defense. It has left a lot of one-on-one situations for Cardell Tay, and they have taken advantage of it and exploited it.
Last 200-yard receiver in a game for Ohio State was Jackson Smith-Njigba. That was that crazy 347 against Utah. 2024 season. Baranowski makes the tackle on West in his first carry of the night. Brings up third down.
Coming into this game, Minnesota's run defense had been stopped, only allowing 65.5 yards per game, 2.3 yards per carry. They've been good against the run again tonight, but they've given up some explosive pass plays, trying to play some man-to-man coverage against guys they don't match up with very well.
Keep us back in there for the third down and 3. Under 3 minutes to play in the third. Sideline. Caught. Smith.
He's just such a big body that on a route like that, even if a defender's in pretty good position like Nestor is, he just can't get around him. He's got to respect the speed and the ability of Jeremiah to run by him. But again, timing and accuracy can't defend that.
First down Ohio State. So the team came in accounting for over 50% of the team's receptions and 61% of the receiving yards. They've combined tonight 15 receptions for about 240 yards. In just 21 yards.
This is some guts now. Watch. He's going to get pressured by Carter Bench, number 11. Comes straight up the middle. A breakdown in protection. But Julian Sayans stood right in there and got enough on the football down the middle of the field to clear. That is a gutsy throw, knowing you're going to get hit in the mouth.
Good sign moving forward for this Ohio State offense, getting clear involved for it. Yep, 5th catch of the night. 9th time in his career that he's done that up to 63 yards. Here in this one. Jackson back down the field. Bumped it to the outside. Jackson picks up 9. Baranowski just held on for dear life.
Well, think about it now. As this season, as Ohio State not looking ahead at this point, we're just ready to go to the fourth quarter. But you've got Jeremiah Smith, proven commodity. You've got Carter Bench, proven commodity. The offensive line is solid. You've got a young quarterback that's getting better and better. Now you add Max Clare. Now you add Bo Jackson. This is an offense that has a chance to be pretty dynamic.
Looking for the end zone. Covered by Parrish on Max Clare, the tight end. Only the 14th
right now, but he catches up in a hurry, ball thrown a little bit outside, but that gives Parrish close the gap and really didn't leave anywhere to throw the football.
Parrish, who really struggled in Minnesota's loss at Cal. Felt like they put a lot on his plate on both sides of the ball. He had a huge bounce back last week against Rutgers plate. He'll be saying, pushing forward to the first down.
Nice job by that same freshman tight end, Nate Roberts, number 83, lined up as the fullback. Watch, he's going to get right in behind Sayin and give him a heck of a push. And an easy conversion for the first down.
Quarter winding down, Sayin heading towards the sideline. I'll say it back in the huddle, I should say. They put on the snap there. At least one more time here before the end of the third. Coming up as we will get out of bounds. 3 seconds remaining. Brian forces him to the outside.
it outside for a nice game.
Bo Jackson up to 43 yards and a touchdown. He had the only score of the third to extend the Ohio State lead 28-3. You're watching Big Ten Saturday night on NBC, presented by Discovery.
This is Abby. Abby started painting 6 weeks ago, and it was going well. But with some more work and some help from Google,
What brushes do I use to get that effect? Nice.
Abby knows that the sky's the limit.
How do I mix a paint color like that?
Because even if you've never done it, you can just ask Google.
Here at the University of the Twin Cities, we're getting more nutrients out of every crop to sustainably feed growing populations everywhere. And then there's this. Every dollar spent on agricultural research returns up to $40 to the Minnesota economy. Now that's really doing more with less. I'm Brian Moore, and I'm helping make the world healthier here, there, and everywhere.
If you're a former or active coal miner who's worked or is currently working in an environment exposing you to potential breathing hazards, schedule your test for the Black Lung Clinic at WVU Madison Mills Memorial Hospital today. Call 304-843-3307 to stop black lung from staining your time. And organizations generate a huge amount of money. With the public health disorders killing people in one year in this country, and the Iraq, Afghanistan, and Vietnam wars
They're a massive threat to our nation's security.
Help me defeat the cartels in the house and safe and secure borders.
The National News Day. America's News Now presents Cartel Crime. Poison plus people equals trust.
Sunday at noon on WTOP 9. Save the date for the WTOP 9 Senior Expo on Thursday, October 23rd at State Florian Hall in Wintersville from 9 to 1. Discover businesses that can help you live a happy, healthy life, and entry is free at WTOP 9 Senior Expo, sponsored by Trinity Health System. When the weather turns scary,
We've got the forecast we need so you can make the best of the weather.
Stream News 9 and Weather Live. Download the WTOP 9 app to stay connected. Enjoy the season. Your weather design experts are everywhere. Attention all active and former coal miners. If you work or are currently working in an environment that exposes you to potential breathing hazards, a screening for respiratory health problems is recommended. Call WVU Madison Mills Memorial Hospital at 304-843-3307 to schedule a screening today. Aerial coverage brought to you by Ford. Ready, set. Well, it's been all Ohio State after the U.S. drive, the number one team in the country, living up to the bill here tonight.
Yeah, they've been impressive. I mean, first of all, their offense has really come alive with some explosive plays down the field passing game. The running game is still not quite where they want it to be, but Bo Jackson is going to make an impact on that. Then defensively, I'm just enjoying watching them play defense. After that first possession, they're so versatile. They can play so many different guys in different spots. It just makes it very hard to their read on what they're doing. Not like the 4th of July. First and goal to start the fourth quarter with James Peoples in the backfield. They kick it.
Let's grab. And Ohio State is rolling it all.
This is chess. Peloton instructor, educator, game changer. It's exactly that. Helping retract her spending and grow her money. Together, we'll achieve more than any of us could alone. You got this, Jess.
We got this.
That's the power.
Papa John's was all comes with the garlic sauce flakes, 3 new flavors plus the original. This is dipping on better. The new Papa Dipper. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
My moderate to severe Crohn symptoms kept me out of the picture. With Sky Rizzy, feel symptom relief at 4 weeks. Many people were in remission at 12 weeks, at 1 year, and even at 3 years.
Don't use allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccine. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Sky Rizzy.
No matter what kind of teeth you got to brush, Oral-B Electric cleans better with one simple touch. Oral-B's dentist-inspired front brushes, hugs them, cleans them, and gets in between them for 100% clean teeth. Your perfect clean starts with Oral-B.
Tonight, it's back. Live from New York, it's the return of SNL. On his Saturday Night Live season premiere with host Bad Bunny, musical guest Doja Cat. All new SNL tonight, coast to coast on NBC and Peacock.
Our United Cam, this offensive line, we talked about the skill, we talked about Julian saying, but it all starts up front. This group has been outstanding tonight. A very clean pocket for Julian Saying. Left tackle, Austin Sarabell, left guard, Luke Montgomery, Carson Hinson in the center, Tegra Shabola, the right guard, and Philip Daniels, the transfer from Minnesota, the right tackle. They have played extremely well.
Another fair catch made inside the 5 by Parrish.
Carson back has had a night throwing for another score. This one on a 3rd and 6 to CJ Daniels, who's got a pair of touchdowns. Miami could maybe on a collision course like it. What's the estimate on through with the Buckeyes?
Really good question, John. I mean, the other thing is, John, I know you're not a big Heisman guy early in the season, but the way that Carson Beck has played in a couple of big games at night in particular has certainly lived up to what Miami hoped he would bring to the roster.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to really talk about Heisman favorites and that kind of thing until we get to November, but as a Heisman voter, I do pay a lot of attention to how they play in the biggest games. And I think that's one of the real criteria for me anyway that I consider to vote for.
They wore now the odds-on favorite after last week's win at Penn State.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense number 2, 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Characteristic mistake of the field down.
Unsportsmanlike in the game.
Take a look. He got hit late.
That's a late forearm to his head. I mean, that should have been a penalty on Minnesota. I think he got called for kicking the guy at the end of the play, but that was totally a foul that went against him.
Nathan Boyd delivered the hit and then took, what do we say, the second guy would have hit the throw. So it's instead of first down from the 39-yard line. And then Detroit through the hole, stays on his feet. And the best run of the night for Minnesota goes for a
Minnesota has always been a team that has had more than one running back. They've always, when they've been at their best, they've had two go-to guys. And they want to see if each boy can get to that level so he can be that guy with Darius Taylor. They also had A.J. Turner was a transfer. He was out for the rest of the year with an injury. So they need this guy to kind of step up and be that other weapon in the backfield.
Coach John Payne on back territory in the second half. It's each boy again. He's moved forward for another 8.5 yards. When we asked him about here, Seme Ijiboy, he said he's got a lot of ball height for him. Not hit yet. Certainly isn't hit, but body type, game style for the guy who was the all-time leading rusher by the time he exited, still is, for this Minnesota program. And Bo came back last year, helped talk to Darius Taylor, and mentor some of the backs that they had for last year's team. And now they're hoping that Ijiboy can develop into a similar type of player as his career continues to transpire. It's going to be a first down carry for Cam Davis. And the Washington transfer will take it to the 36-yard line for first down.
I know it's 35-3, but this is by far the best Minnesota has looked running the football. And Ohio State looks like they're going to concede some yards on the ground until they get and again, they have yet to give up a he's unblocked, but he gets too far upfield. And Ijiboy just kind of slips right inside of him and then fights for the first down.
Ijiboy starting to put together a stellar drive, 4 carries for 25 yards. Now 41 yards on the night. And again, Minnesota is knocking on the door of the red zone. Keep feeding him this time. He goes nowhere. They'll lose the yards. He gets it going.
Gets in the backfield. The two Capers, right? Gabe McDonald, the defensive tackle, Kate Curry, defensive end. They have both had outstanding starts in this season as starting defensive linemen.
They're both great examples of guys that came expecting to be high-level contributors earlier in their career.
This is what Caleb Downs, what makes him special. He can do a little bit of everything. He can blitz, he can play run defense, he can play deep safety, and he can play man-to-man. In this case, he's got single coverage on a bigger target, but he's in a perfect position to defend the tight end.
You never guessed they could stretch
stretches they do and still keep their shape. Must be using some sort of advanced polymer. What do you think about that, boy?
Why do they have to expand so much?
Sports and skateboarding and things like that. You never guess they could stretch as they do and still keep their shape.
Compliments of the chef. Oh, he was so glad that he had an emergency roadside service with Geico. And since they saved his bacon, he presents to you a bacon tart flambe. Well, thank mate. Look, I don't need special treatment. I'm just happy that he's happy. You're too humble, Mr. Gecko. Which is why we also present to you. And I don't need special treatment. Run-of-the-mill grilled cheese. Now we're talking. Yes, we are.
Get more savings in service. Get more with Geico. I'm the Fidelity Tutor, and I reward full-time fans. Check out this recruit. The ultimate talent doesn't just show up, she shows up. This full-time fan deserves some help. Lowe's loves tackling projects now, featuring Football Sunday. We need a new frame. More action. Gonna need a bigger pocket. Like this.
You always put your bucket chains?
I did.
Good guys, I love you. Yo, we should give this to Immortal. You deserve to taste you. It's got 6 clean ingredients. And it smells divine. It's not a bit. Man, this tastes like that. All your Y2K favorites are back. Only $3 or less. Only at Taco Bell.
Do you enjoy college sports? The athletes? The excitement? The competition? Protect it. Don't lose the excitement of national competition. Don't jeopardize women's sports and Olympic sports. Make sure your favorite athletes continue to enjoy the many important benefits provided to them, and ensure that we preserve and standardize name, image, and likeness rights. Tell Congress to pass the SCORE Act at passthescoreact.com.
With Discover It, fans can earn cash back on their game day purchases. Well, it was short-lived, with the road teams winning with Big Ten Saturday night in attendance. A home victory for Hilliard-Bradley, defeating Hilliard-Davidson 20-14 in the Battle of the Hilliards. Meanwhile, we've got a new quarterback for Ohio State, Lincoln Keenholz is in there. So Julian Sain done after a 23 of 27 day, 326, 3 touchdowns, only 4 incompletions.
Hard to argue that Ohio State Ryan Day didn't make the right choice. Julian Sain has been outstanding, but it was a tight competition. This was not decided until the middle of August.
He puts it down brought to you by T-Mobile and James B. First down and then some.
Keenholz is a little bigger, a little bit more of a running threat, even though he got stopped on that third down play that upset Ryan Day so much in the first half. Julian Sain, a very pure passer.
And he admitted to us that he still feels like he needs to get better at leading the team, sort of breaking out of his shell a little bit. Ryan Day did say one of the great signs that had for the night with plenty of time. It is caught by Quincy Porter, the freshman gets across midfield for a gain of 15. He said the best thing that he's seen out of Sain is while he tries to rattle him and get on his tail a little bit. Well, now Sain's actually starting to go back at him sometimes, and he feels like that's been a good thing to get some fire out of his young quarterback. here from Columbus. This is looking like it'll be a 5-0 start for the defending champions before they head on the road next week to go to Illinois.
Illinois has really turned things around since the last time we saw. Oh, man.
Peoples, look out! Down the sideline. Peoples ducked down. Kerry Brown had to catch up. Just got enough of an angle, but Peoples rips one.
Yeah, watch the outside, the right tackle, the tight end, Jelani Thurman. People number 15. He's got to open up as a stretch play, and Peoples got to scorch through there. And backup offensive lineman in there as well, and that's an outstanding run by Peoples.
Three-headed monster, and Ryan Dave mentioned Peoples and Jackson in particular, continuing to learn the game and continuing to learn patience, learn to know where their eyes are going, pass protection with their young quarterback. Donaldson's played by far the most football. We saw Donaldson carry it 4 times tonight. This one will go to 3.
You know, the other thing he said, which I had never really thought about, but it's really true. He said, you know, really good running backs in high school don't get tackled very much. You know, so when they get to college, it's kind of a new thing, getting tackled in practice, getting tackled in games. And it takes a while. He said, you know, the Travion Henderson, when he was a freshman and sophomore, compared to what he was last year, much different back. You know, you not only get bigger and stronger, but you're used to what the game is like and how physical it is and how physical you have to be.
Said he gets hit somewhere around 10 times a year. You're getting legitimately tackled if you're at that level. And obviously, all the guys playing here were at that level, including Parrish. Just got enough in the way. It's going to be a 3rd and short.
Obviously, Peoples with very fresh legs on this backup offensive line. And Minnesota defense has been out there on the field quite a bit.
An offensive line that they feel at Ohio State might be the deepest they've had in a long time. They don't expect any drop off when the twos are out there. We're seeing that on this drive as Peoples Green Holtz on the give. Peoples up the middle. 1st and goal for the Buckeyes. 5:35 to play. And this Ohio State running game now catching up to what they've done through the air.
This is just what they call a duo play. It's double team by the guard and then the center. It's a double team by the tackle and the tight end, and it's just kind of power football.
Peoples on this drive, 5 carries, 57 yards, including the big one that went for 33. This was his career long rush. Just 5 minutes to play. Ohio State 470 total yards of offense. 326 coming from the arm of Sam. Over the motion man, Peoples on the give, makes the cut, and that gets planted by Brown.
A really nice play by Kerry Brown. He's on the end of the line. He gets in the backfield and just holds him up enough. Here he is, number 14. Watch him. Just get across the line of scrimmage and just get enough of people to slow him up until he had a couple teammates get there. But good play as an edge defender by the nickelback.
Let's not forget, this is Ryan Fulton, offensive coordinator's first time calling plays this year, full time. So any extra work for him is also welcome. Keen Holtz will take it himself for the touchdown. Big-bodied, able-running junior quarterback. Getting it done to cap an impressive drive down the field.
Remember the 3rd down that he didn't get? He tried to bounce it outside. Ryan Day said, why didn't you run it inside? Well, this time he does run it inside. Follows Peoples as a lead blocker. Backside guard, Dave Van Sickle, number 58. And the quarterback powers it into the end zone. Determined the ball was short of the goal line. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line.
So he thought,
Yeah. It was still a good run.
let's see where this knee goes down. It is still not down, and there. Yep.
Good call.
Tell them bring the offense back out and see if they can do it all over again.
The thing I really liked that Keen Holtz did right there, though, was really protect the football. Had both arms wrapped around it tight, knowing he was going in with a lot of bodies. Now it's third and goal.
Well, they let the QB take it in himself. Third and goal. Keen Holtz surging forward, and he's in. Touchdown, Ohio State. Second time's the charm.
Yeah, that's just a case of a fresh offensive line and a tired Minnesota defensive line. Not a lot of resistance on this quarterback sneak. Great push into the end zone, and Keen Holtz easily scores on that play. There's 4 offensive linemen in the middle of the end zone at the end of that play.
42-3 after a 9-play, 77-yard drive. 8 of the 9 plays coming off the ground for 62. And Ohio State extends the lead.
Got this old thing. Here's the bill from the store. Got it. Figured you could beat it with a better deal on one of these big boys.
Okay, Wilson's about 4 minutes left of the game. Under 4 minutes of the game. I'm going to say Ohio State wins. Hard to doubt that Minnesota may hit double digits, but have a good one.